Today, I'm going to introduce another device with some unique features. Let's look at its description. 复用加牢 devices. In fact, it has a 加牢 function. In addition, it also has the 复用 function. At the same time, it supports bidirectional conversion between ASI to IP and IP to ASI. Our main focus is on its ASI to IP or IP to ASI conversion capabilities. Let's take a look at the front panel. Of course, the front panel has a dedicated network management port, which can be configured and managed via a computer. In addition, it features IP input and output functions. This IP port supports both input and output. Okay, that's the front panel. It's a very simple and tidy device. Now, let's take a look at the rear panel. Let's look here on this device. The main feature is ASI, with 4 ASI ports. ASI 1, ASI 2, ASI 3, and ASI 4. ASI to IP, this is the gigabit IP function, right? Do you see that? ASI to IP. At the same time, you can also do IP input via gigabit IP and then output through ASI. So these ASI ports support both input and output functions. So how do we distinguish between input and outputs? Through the web management interface, this port. Here we can go in and configure the settings. You can set the first two as ASI inputs and the last two as ASI outputs. Of course, we can also do the opposite. Set the last two as ASI inputs and the first two as ASI outputs, right? This means that each port can be used as either ASI input or out. We can choose not to use IP, or we can use IP as well as IP, for example, as input here and output there, or have two groups of objects here. So what this means is that all of our interfaces are customizable. If you want to set it as input, it will be input. If you want to set it as output, it will be output. This also applies to this port as well. It's a very unique specialized machine. This is one board, but we can also insert 2 boards or even 3 boards. This is a slot. Okay, now let's take a look at how to operate. Let's check out the web management settings. Now, let's operate the device and access the backend. Enter the IP address, which is 192.168.0.136, and then access the web management interface. If our input signal is an ASI stream and the output is an IP stream, how exactly do we operate it? Let's take a closer look and examine the process. Right here, you select what the input is. The input is ASI and the output is IP. You make the selection here. Alright. If the input signal is an IP stream, you would typically do it like this on this particular interface. And if the output signal is an ASI stream, then you should check this specific box here to set it as the desired output. The operation is very simple. There are checkboxes here for you to use. Okay, that concludes the introduction.